y'all. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another live. I believe this is day number 22. Go live every day on the channel. Uh, it's something new I'm doing now, so pretty much I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. I'm trying to get used to going live on YouTube, so you guys on the channel, subscribe. I appreciate it. If you're on the live, this is a live Q&A questions. Any kind of questions you want to ask me about my truck, about myself, or anything about Mopar related that you want to talk about, feel free to comment down below. And if you're on the live, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel already. Just got done doing my um, daily run and walk. Well, I'm still doing it. So if you guys on the live, welcome to the live. What's going on? I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The game is next week, I think, right?
Yeah, they play next week.
Oh, we're gonna fuck them up.
Hopefully. Yeah. But I go live every day, man. This is a new journey on the channel I'm doing, so it ain't easy, but we doing it. One thing I gotta tell you guys, if you young, you old, gotta make sure you guys take care of your body, mind. Make sure you take care of your body, man, because life ain't all about cars, doing the fun stuff. So most of the time you gotta do the things. You gotta do the things that you don't wanna do. That's the only way in life. If you wanna become successful or whatever you're after. But I always the reason why I started going live on this channel, because one thing I noticed, I will say, I see a lot of people like subscribe to my channel, new people subscribing to the channel. So I just feel like going live pretty much every day just give me like that real time connection, so you guys could really be able to see the kind of person I am behind camera. Well, I'll say really like going live really is like you kind of like right there talking to the person, compared to me picking up the camera, recording. And you guys don't really see like the live actual moment. So going live on here really just show you guys the kind of person I am, and the kind of channel that you subscribe to pretty much. So like I said, I'm going live every day. So if you guys are on the channel, you're new to the channel, I got a 2014 Ram. Right now, it is a stock truck. Only few things done to it. And so far, my biggest goal with that truck is really trying to get the swap done, which is going from a 5.7 to a 6.4. That's like my biggest mod that I've been planning right now. Currently moving, doing all this stuff. So hopefully I could be able to do that like next year. That's the goal. So right now I'm still trying to keep, obviously I'm still gonna do little stuff in there, here and there with the 5.7 that I have now. But that's like my biggest goal with that truck. And that's one of the things that I'm starting to notice a lot of people starting to do, like the swap from 5.7 to a 6.4. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even have to be a Ram, but I'm starting to see that a lot now. And the fact that you could do like a Hellcat supercharger on the 5.7. But the most common thing I'm seeing a lot of people do is doing a swap from a 5.7 to a 6.4. I guess most people probably thought about how easy and cheaper it is for you to do so. Even like with the Hellcats kit, like they sell now for the 5.7, it's not like you're gonna be paying $2,000 just for like the kit. The kit itself is like, I think 6 grand. To me, you're gonna do all of that. It's just me, though, giving you guys my own personal opinion. If you're gonna do all of that, why not just do? Why not just probably just go from like a, buy like a 392 Scat Pack block 6'4". It's like the same price you're gonna be paying. Pretty much gonna make. It's I don't know. To me, I just think it's more logic, but everybody got their own kind of taste, pretty much. So that's a nice dog. Nice dog, man. What's that? Rock is fully German breed.
Pure,
Yeah. Where you bought him from?
Lancaster, the Amish people.
Oh wow. Yeah. How old is he?
Almost two.
Oh, almost 2 year old.
In like 3 months.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man, y'all gotta understand. Like me, I feel like if you really about that life where you really looking to race with your truck, just go ahead and do a full swap on your truck. Like do like a full swap. Don't do don't do the 5.7 with like a Hellcat supercharger. Yes, you could, but it's like the price for a Scat, like the Hellcat supercharger kit that they have. It's not just like the supercharger stuff that you can just slap on the 5.7 Hemi. You actually have to pay for a whole kit that they design, which is around like six grand. I don't know, it's like six. When I checked last time, when I looked, the price for it was like six. There was like 5.8, 5.9, somewhere around there. So it's like 6 grand out the door. And you really could find yourself a used Scat Pack 392 block. You can buy that, just swap it out. It's not really as complicated. Like I said, it's something that most people probably, everybody got their own preference. Me personally, like my truck now I'm not really trying to put too much time, money into like the 5.7 that like the truck has now, because like I mentioned before, the miles on the truck 148. It's not crazy, but it just don't make sense to me. Especially if I'm with what I'm planning on doing. Anybody who trying to, if you're gonna make if you plan on making like at least, to me, if you plan on making at least like probably over 600 plus horsepower with your truck, you might as well get like everything pretty much brand new, because the money you're gonna be putting into it. When I mean brand new, I'm saying like you can buy yourself the block itself, brand new, which is gonna be like somewhere around like six grand, 7 grand. Obviously, gotta pay for heads, all that stuff, brand new heads. But that's like the smartest route for you to really go if you plan on trying to put the money and time into building something cool. But I ain't gonna lie, man, like my Ram, man, I love my truck, but I set a goal to where, just all because I have because I normally do, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people get the same kind of itch. If you own, like, if you like a car guy, you get the itch most of the time to just like be like, sometimes when you have something for a long time, me within like a year, I get tired of like a vehicle. Like I get tired quick to where I want to switch it up. But don't, obviously I got a YouTube channel now. I guess I'm becoming a YouTuber and stuff like that. So I really would say um, I'm not really trying to sell my truck,
I didn't intentionally do it.
but I had the urge. Every now and then I get the urge though, but I'm not doing that because I made a goal. I set a goal to fully build this truck, do a swap on there, to really be able to show you guys like um, pretty much like what I have, like my own imagination of what I want to do with my Ram, just so you guys could be able to see that. And for some of you guys who subscribe to the channel now, it means a lot. I'm not really a big time YouTuber, but seeing you guys on here showing support, some of y'all, really just make me, the little things for me is what I'm trying to get at. The little things for me is what really just give me the urge to wake up and keep doing what I gotta do. It's not easy, but I keep doing it. That's how it is in life. Gotta do the hard shit. Can't do the easy thing. You think you're gonna probably get like a different kind of result. But you really just gotta do the hard shit, yo. I'm telling you guys, yo, every day I do this probably I've been doing this for about, I'll say roughly like I was doing it before, but not as consistent far as cars, working out. Those two things like the main thing in my life I do, and obviously God also. But I really just started doing working out 6 days a week, uploading, doing like a lot of the hard things that I normally didn't want to do. Even picking up my camera, being able to talk to you guys, even if it's like 5 people, 10 people, 2 people. I ain't had that urge before. I ain't gonna lie, cause but now it's like I've been doing this for about really like, let me see, I say probably really at least like 1 year or probably close to that, where I'm doing it like every day. I'm saying doing it every day, nonstop. Maybe during the week I get 1 day. Well, 1 day during the week. Every it every different day. It depends on how I'm feeling. Maybe I'll take like a Monday, sometimes Sunday off from working out to reset my mind. Don't get me wrong, I do have fun every now and then with family, friends, but my point of me telling you guys this is just being very, very honest and real, no matter your age or whatever the hell you're going through. Bro, you just gotta keep your focus, though. Keep your focus, keep doing it. That's how you really gain momentum. That's how you really like a see like a difference in your life. Like I work out, man. I'll be honest with you, I'm like 205 right now. My goal is to hit 210, but right now I gotta cut. I'm going through a cutting stage where I gotta cut. I'm eating less, probably eating at least like 2 times a day, just so I can cut down, burn more body fat. And then once I burn body fat, then I'm gonna start bulking. I'm gonna go back to 210, where I was at before. But all of this, doing this, it's hard as shit. I ain't gonna lie, hard. Trying to be consistent, but it's even harder when you stop doing those things and stuff like. Cause I'm telling you guys, man, like when you really don't do the hard shit, yo, I just feel like you can't get. I mean, it's true. You can't really get anything in life. Doing the easy things would never get you anything in life. Being comfortable, but anything that one thing I keep to myself is anything that I normally probably would hesitate to do or don't have like that feeling like damn I want to do it. The things that scare me most of the time to want to do, that's what I'm at the point where now it's like that's what I'm constantly chasing after and doing. Same thing with being a YouTuber. You know how there's a lot of steps in picking up the camera, being a YouTuber, especially when you first start. Like it's like you gotta really, it's like pretty much you yourself. You don't have somebody to pretty much record you. You don't have somebody to do your thumbnail. Everything is all really on you. You're planning everything. It's like you gotta learn how to edit. You gotta learn how to record. But all of this, you don't gotta really be perfect with doing anything. Could be working out. Could be being a YouTuber. Could be playing sports. You just gotta do it. Just gotta do it, and then it takes 30 days for you to create something into a habit. So once you do it for about 30 days, your mind would, your mind constantly gonna tell your body to get up and wanna, do that stuff that you've been doing for 30 days. So that's how it is with me. Or if y'all on the live, man, y'all gotta ask me any questions y'all want. It's a live Q&A. I'm doing these every day now. Every day. I'm gonna just strictly stick to Q&A, giving you guys my own honest, real time point of view on anything life, fitness, cars, pretty much anything. So if y'all want, if y'all on the channel, definitely go ahead, support the channel. Man, it been since Friday. I haven't drove my Ram, yo. Since Friday, cause I gotta do an oil change. I haven't drove my truck at all. It's been sitting since Friday, so I should be doing an oil change tomorrow. I could still drive it, but I'm at like 25%. Gotta get an oil change ASAP. But y'all gotta keep this in mind, yo. Whatever you want to do in life, the only thing that could stop you, the only thing that could stop you from doing so is really like yourself. It's really yourself that can stop you from doing anything you want. It ain't what somebody else think, or it ain't, it ain't what how you look at it, but it's really like yourself though. But y'all see this truck, yo? They got this thing on a look like it's on a lift. It's a pretty yeah, he definitely on a lift. Probably like a 6-inch lift. But this is my daily for now. I haven't drove my truck in about one, well, I'll say since Friday. I wouldn't say 1 week. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Sometimes it's just, like I mentioned, I do got to get an oil change, but sometimes it's really just best for you to drive like a regular car sometimes. Put these windows down. All right, y'all. But driving this car is super low. I ain't gonna lie, yo. It feels so different. I'm not even that tall, man. I'm about like at least, what's my height? I think I'm like I'm 5'8.5", 5'9". I'd say 5'9". So being in a car like this, low Chevy, it's pretty low. I sit pretty low. Like my feet is like, my knees is touching like the side of the door, pretty much like the top part. But y'all gotta understand, man. Gotta focus on the main solution in life. Don't never focus on the things that you cannot control, because that's how you're gonna lose your focus and focus on the wrong things in life. If you're on the live right now, man, y'all ask me a question. Let me know where you guys from. Feel free, ask a question. Let me know where you're from, man. If you're on the live, watching the live, I appreciate the support. Y'all talk to me, ask me whatever you want to ask me, but I'm gonna keep giving you guys some my own personal wisdom that I tell myself. But every day is a new day when you wake up. No matter what happened yesterday, or no matter what happened like 2 hours ago, you gotta understand to keep going, pushing. You gotta keep pushing through, like keep pushing through, because life really sometimes is really like, in order for you to really get to like the good part, especially when you're going through a lot of hard stuff, is a reason why you're going through it, because really it's because like it's getting you, it's you're going through that hard chapter in your life because it's really building you to building your mind and your body to become that person that you need to be when you reach that destination that's meant for you and stuff. So, even if it's like health issue, any kind of relationship, personal stuff that you're dealing with, man, like these things don't really like last forever. hard time really don't last forever. That's how I look at it. You can't really let it try to decide how your day, how your mood gonna be. Like that's one thing about cars, right? That I really like about cars. I'm a kind of person, right, where I've been like into cars like ever since I was a kid when I had like the Tonka trucks and stuff. I don't know if some of you guys remember like them real big yellow trucks with like the tires. Tonka trucks like the dump trucks, and then it had the smoke like the smaller ones too. But that's how I really got into like cars and stuff. When I was a kid, I had little like collectibles and stuff. So, but I really got into the car stuff when I really reached that age and seeing that I was a person who I like building stuff with my hands. And then also, then I started watching Fast and Furious. Like, I think it's like what, like six, seven different kinds. But I'm talking about like Too Fast, Too Furious, or the Fast and the Furious. The ones, the real legit ones, not like the one now that they have with like all the extra, like unnecessary, unrealistic stuff going on. But when Paul Walker really got into like, especially that early stages of that movie, when I started seeing some of them cars, like the vibe that was with it, that's everything. That's what really got me to understanding like, yo, I really like messing with cars. I like the feeling I get when I drive a car. Pretty much, that's when I really started tap into the car stuff, man. And then I got my first, I got my first, what I had. I think I had a Ford Mustang GT. What was it? Ford Mustang, wasn't a GT. Got that car, first car. Wasn't my first car, but it wasn't like my first car ever though. But it was a car that I got, bought it. Bought it with my own personal money. And then I started doing like little modification to it. Wasn't anything crazy because it was a V6. It wasn't like a V8. Then I started seeing like, okay, this is what I could do with cars and stuff. Also, obviously, some of you guys go to car meets. You get to meet people who are kind of like on the same, having the same interests as you. When you see other people builds and stuff in person at a car meet, it make you like, damn, okay, he got, it's not just me. This person also have like similar interests as me, seeing how they car, like a car, when you building a car, like modding a car, like the way you modify it really, when people see it in person, that really give them an idea, like a car guy. It give them an idea of the kind of person you are, and what kind of vision you have and stuff like that. Pretty much with cars, that's how I see it when I see somebody else's car modify at a car meet or something like that. Kind of give me an idea of who that person is, pretty much. But I never really ever in my life, never really ever, man. I don't know if that makes sense, but never really ever. Yeah, I don't think that makes sense, but I have never ever pretty much was like one day got up and was like, damn, I'm gonna be a Mopar guy. Where like, don't get me wrong, when they came out with the scats, Hellcats, then like I remember then that's when um I think that's when like I was probably really I was kind of like, okay, Hellcat when they first came out, when I seen it, I was like, yeah, it's a badass car, but I wasn't really pressed with trying to buy one, even if I could, but I wasn't really pressed. Like, I never really was like a guy that just got up and be like, like was a Mopar guy. I like to keep it real because now the reason why I'm pursuing on obviously being a Mopar guy because I have a Ram and I've owned two Rams before, and really this is what my channel is about. So that's why I'm actually pushing doing the Mopar things and stuff like that. But I never really was into like doing like being a Mopar guy. I always been like a Ford Mustang guy. I've owned a couple Mustangs, and that's where my interest was at before. But to clarify with you guys though, Ram always been, or Dodge Ram, always been like my favorite trucks to own. I always love Rams. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, man. Always have. And originally, if I wasn't gonna buy, if things was gonna go this way, right, where I didn't buy my 2014 Dodge Ram I have now, and I had to sit things out, wait, do all of that. You know how it is sometimes when you plan on buying like a specific car, you have the money ready and you just can't find like that actual car that you want. But then when you don't have the funds, you're saving up, that's when you always find like the perfect vehicle that you want to buy, and then you really don't have the money to buy it. So with this truck I had, like I was saying, like if I wasn't gonna get that deal from like the place, like the dealership I went to, if I was gonna get that kind of deal, I would have just really just sat things out, even though it was kind of hard, tough. I would have really sat things out to where I remember seeing one of the cleanest. I think it was a 20. No, it was third. It was a third generation Ram 2500 Cummins. Seeing one of the cleanest. I'm saying like clean. Where I'm from down here, Jersey, PA, around on this side, like you know how it is when you if you live out like if you live around here, you know how we get snow and stuff. How mostly most of the time these third generation Ram trucks or Ram in general, there's a lot of salt on the road, and sometimes that is be causing so much rust. So my original plan was I was gonna wait things out, and just end up going the route of having a diesel truck, because you guys know that's another thing. I'm a huge fan of Ram 2500 Cummins diesels. I feel like they're the best diesel trucks that you could buy. Especially, I'm not saying like the newer ones. In my personal opinion, I think like the older generation ones, second generation, third generations are the good ones to buy. Um, then also, I really was gonna buy one of those trucks to where I was gonna base it off my YouTube channel. I was really just looking for a car to really build from like with YouTube and stuff. Originally, it was gonna be a old 2003. When I sold my 2000, I think it was a 2006 Ram 2500. I mean Ram 1500. This was a lifted truck. So when I sold that truck, my goal was to, okay, this is the time, perfect time for me to get into having the having like the car that I actually wanted to be able to make content, enjoy making content on it. You guys take a wild guess which was a 2003 Ford Mustang Terminator Cobra. That was my original plan. I was gonna buy that car, but things did not turn out how I wanted it to be because number one, I never really did my research to see how expensive they got now to find like a clean, non-molested Cobra. Probably gonna be around like at least like roughly 50 with like a 30,000 miles on it. It's gonna be like 50K out the door. Now, if you find one that's don't have, probably 60,000 miles, 70,000 miles, gonna be around like 20,000 plus, and probably 9 times out of 10 gonna have like hella like mad. But it's pretty much beat up. If you guys know, like those cars are very very special cars to me. Real car guys understand like the Terminator Cobra is a car that can't be messed with. In my personal opinion, can't be messed with. It's a car that if you're a real car guy, I feel like that's like a car you gotta have in your collection. That's like a car you gotta have in your collection. But enough being said, I know we're supposed to be talking about Mopar. I'm gonna leave the four alone. But one thing I gotta say though, But one thing I gotta say, yo, is having a RAM platform on YouTube is very, very underrated because most people now on YouTube, I notice YouTube, everybody want to see like everybody want to do like the same thing pretty much, like building like the same exotic cars. I don't really see too many, like even with the same thing with a Cobra, Terminator Cobra. I don't really see too many guys focusing on cars like that, or even now the Ram, fourth generation Ram 1500. Even if you find some on YouTube, they not really like focusing on more so like racing. It's always like lifted up, like off-road stuff and things like that. But it's not really like a big platform. That's my point. The Rams trucks, Rams and stuff don't really have like a huge platform on YouTube. So that's another thing that gives me the courage to want to keep going with this like YouTube channel to where I should keep my Ram and keep building it. But one thing I gotta say, one thing like it's gonna be two cars. Once I fully build my truck, I'm not gonna sell it or I'm gonna keep it because obviously, you know, that's what really got the channel to where it need to be. So once I fully built my Ram, right, there's two cars I got my eyes on for my next build on on this YouTube channel. I really, I was thinking about this for a long time, right? Because me personally, I like to do the completely opposite from what people normally would do. I'm not gonna get like my next car I'm buying. I'm not gonna get something that I know a lot of people have already. Like for example, like a Hellcat, Scat Pack. I'm not really gonna do that. So one car that I've been looking at that I really wanted, that I know for a fact that is gonna be my second option if I can get the first option. If I can find the first car, I can be able to get it. It's gonna be my second option. So I've seen it's gonna be I think a 2006 Dodge SRT 10, which I have been talking about lately. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I didn't know how cool those truck was until I recently seen one that's not too far away from where I'm at. They won, I think they won somewhere around like 38.5. Is it's a manual, is super clean. Obviously V8, but I'm looking at getting for my next car to build on YouTube in the next probably couple year after I build my Ram. It's gonna be either a 2006 Ram SRT 10 or it's gonna be a 2003 Ford Mustang Terminator Cobra. Then my third option, this out of three that I'm gonna be choosing from. Third option is gonna be I'm looking at doing like going back to either probably a fourth generation Ram 2500 Cummins or a super clean manual. If I could find one, third generation Ram 2500 Cummins. So it's out of three cars that I'm planning on. That's gonna be my next future years from now build that I'm planning on buying for the channel, buying and building for the channel. Like these are all like the Ram 2500. I ain't gonna lie, it's too many. Like it's too many like 2500 coming stuff on YouTube, which I don't mind. But I'm saying like my point is, it just too like saturated. Just like it's not really too many people doing the same thing. My point is to get something that if I'm gonna build something, it should be something that's not too saturated, something different that's not a lot of people, have seen. Kind of like right now, the Ram platform, the fourth generation Ram. Not too many people have them as a race truck. Majority of people you come across probably that have these trucks, got them lifted up or really doing it like off-road style, but not really like as in racing and stuff like that. But I don't know, but these are just like some of the things that I plan on doing. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If you want to lose, I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. If you want to lose weight, right? Obviously, you do gotta eat clean, but one of the biggest thing that can make you shed a lot of weight fast, drink like get like a this is probably what let me see. This is a 3 liter, right? So drink this like water size bottle. Obviously, put a little bit of lemon water. I mean lemon juice in it. Drink this every day. If you drink this every day, I know it's not easy for some people. So you want to drink half, starting off drinking half, until your body could be able to handle drinking a whole amount like this every day, and probably just obviously you gotta keep your body in motion too. You gotta walk around. Don't just try to sit around and think that things gonna magically fall off your body and stuff like that. Fat gonna magically melt away from you drinking this. All I'm saying is if you drink drink water like this mixed with some lemon, you walk, trust me, you're gonna burn a lot of fat. But within the next year, man, like once I do like this swap on this Ram, man, this truck gonna be a completely different animal. I don't know if you guys ever cause I watched there's one channel that I watch. He did the same as that. Pretty much the same thing I'm gonna be doing with my truck is what he did. And his channel is I think it's incredible Hemi on YouTube. I give this guy credit. I give him a credit because I ain't gonna lie, he has one of the fastest, in my personal opinion, I think down here, because he in Jersey, Ram, fourth generation Ram, quad cab, that's pushing at least probably at least 800, over 800. That's my guess. Crazy fast. But I'm telling you guys right now, my Ram gonna be fast as hell. Like once I get rid of this 5.7 Hemi engine, we do the swap, this gonna be a completely different animal car. Like it's not gonna be even a car that's gonna be like what it is now. It's gonna be completely different. And then once I do that, obviously we're gonna get some slicks and stuff like that. I was gonna get some tires and do all of that, but I don't have. It's pointless putting slicks on the truck if it really doesn't make power like that. But I'm telling you guys now, this truck gonna be a completely different animal. Like completely within. Give it to like next year, because right now I'm moving. I'm doing a lot of stuff. So, but that's like the only reason why I'm not throwing any kind of heavy miles to my truck yet, because I'm trying to save, buy myself a whole completely. Maybe because my truck needs a 8-speed transmission. It doesn't have the 8-speed trans. I might just go the route where I'm gonna just end up buying like a whole complete scat pack block with like the transmission, everything, and then pretty much just do the whole swap, build it to where it's gonna be making some crazy power. Like I'm telling you guys, man, like that's like one of the most exciting mod that I have planned for my Ram that I can't wait to do compared to everything else I did right now. Right now I only did Lawrence Springs. I did little stuff in here and there, but it's not really like excitement mods. Like to me, excitement mods is like doing a swap, custom camshaft. Even if I want to do a camshaft now, I was looking at the camshaft I was planning on getting for my truck, which is the FRP Tomahawk. I think it's like 2.0 camshaft. And I thought about it, right? I said, look, to do a custom camshaft, right? If I'm doing a camshaft on this truck, obviously I'm not planning on keeping the 5.7 for a long time. It's gonna be a waste of probably what the complete kit is like 3 grand. So installing all of that probably gonna be somewhere around like 1,500. So roughly, I say roughly like 5K. So I'm spending 5K just to do a custom camshaft. Obviously the tune, all of that probably gonna run somewhere around like 6. It's still gonna be add up to the same amount of money that I'm gonna have to pay to get a completely 6.4 Hemi engine with the trans and all that stuff. So why not just spend that money that I'm gonna spend on doing a completely custom camshaft, all of that? Why not just spend that on the main thing that I need? And then obviously, while I'm at it, I could be able to do like the camshaft, the headers, all that stuff pretty much. So I mean, it makes sense to me. That way I ain't got to spend money twice for no reason. But all of those things takes time. You know, if you a car guy, you understand how it go. But you know, it's not really like a rush thing to do. But within due time, we're gonna have everything gonna be getting done to this truck. So by the end of this live, I was on here for about 40 minutes. If you was on the live supporting, I appreciate it. Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, man. Like help support the channel. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.